tree. We walked in aqueous light, the trees in their first full green leaves of summer, bright against a June blue sky. Threading our way into the woods, where the ferns were knee-high already, we pushed through the forest understory to the grove where the big oak stood, the biggest tree in its realm. David Orwig, a senior ecologist at the Harvard Forest, rubbed a block of beeswax over the length of his metal tree corer, the better to drive it into the wood after the bite of the bit. An expert at coring trees and reading their inner secrets, he got ready to turn the slender 18-inch long corer into the tree by hand, ratcheting hard with the corer's T-handle. Done correctly, the result of this type of tree sampling is a biscuit-colored, delicate core, cut by the bit in a long, slender wand. Scientists quest deep into the hearts of trees for these cores for a panoramic view into the past. Mounted, sanded, and viewed under a microscope, each band in the core of alternating color, light and dark, tells a story of the tree's life. How much rain fell, relative to other years, whether there was a forest fire or a plague of gypsy moths. The core tells of the doings of a tree's neighbors, too, whether they crowded in close or fell away, leaving a clear shot to the sun. And a core tells age, year by year, each pair of a light and dark ring representing a year of growth through spring and summer. Coring a tree is harder than it sounds, especially with an oak. It's a noisy business. Trees fight back, tightening on the corer as it's pressed deep into the wood. Leave a bit in there for long and it won't come out at all. That is the grip of a tree, closing in on an intruder and sealing its wound. Every researcher has a story of the bit he or she couldn't get out without breaking it, the metal no match for a tree on the defense. Orwig is a master corer and a big man. I've seen him core dozens of trees in a day, and I know the sound of his work. Crack, 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 with each turn of the bit as the tree grips the metal. The sound travels a long way through the woods and can't be confused with anything else. The rhythm of the sound is unique to each person driving the bit. Every researcher plays a signature tree coring song, know it or not. I once made a sound recording of a tree coring foray in an old-growth stand with a dozen researchers at work. It was a garage band of trees, talking back as the scientists sought their story. Orwig circled the oak, looking for the best point of attack. He put a hand on the oak's bark, feeling for a good spot, a bit flummoxed by the trunk's shape. Instead of rising straight, the oak leans hard away from the stone wall where it sprouted. It also grows in a twist, rising in a graceful twirl to the first branches of its vast, spreading crown, reaching some 8 stories up in the air. Orwig saw a good spot. I was suddenly weirdly anxious. Does this hurt? Of course not, I corrected myself. It's a tree. But I had already spent a lot of time with this oak. I couldn't help feeling attached. I first met this tree in the fall of 2013, walking these woods to study the seasonal procession of the year in the forest with John O'Keefe. A biologist given to wearing the same 2 sweaters all winter, that's a long time in Massachusetts, and a slouchy rag-wool hat, O'Keefe had walked the same circuit of 50 trees in this forest for more than 25 years. The big oak was part of his tree survey. It wears a badge of science, a shiny metal disc with its ID number in the survey. BTQURU03. BT for Barn Tower, the location of its research plot. QURU for its species, Quercus rubra, or red oak, and 03 because it was the 3rd oak added to the research plot. O'Keefe liked to say he started his long-term survey of the timing of the seasons, revealed in the budding, leaf out, leaf color, and drop on the trees, as a way to get outside at least one day every week, then just never stopped. By now, he had compiled a valuable and unique record. Seasonal changes in nature are among the most readily observable clues to the biological effects of global climate change, as warming temperatures reset the seasonal clock. In forests, water use, the growth rate of trees, their carbon storage, the length of the